This is something 99% of men never hear. In the first hour after you wake up, your body either sets you up for powerful, long-lasting performance, or it quietly destroys it. Asterisk every morning, your choices decide whether your blood circulation gets stronger or stalls, whether your reflexes stay sharp or slow, whether your confidence rises or vanishes. Many men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond feel exhausted, stiff, and disconnected from the man they used to be. You know, something has changed. Low energy, weaker drive, and intimacy feel more like a memory than a rhythm. Asterisk, a landmark Harvard study revealed that over 80% of performance issues stem from circulation, not low T or getting older. And where does this block often begin? With small, overlooked habits in the first hour you wake up. Habits you can change starting today. I'm Mr. SOPHIA US, a men's health expert with over 20 years helping thousands of men reignite their spark of vitality. In this video, I'll show you a simple 4-step morning routine. No pills, no expensive equipment, just proven steps to oxygenate your system, balance key hormones, and sharpen your reflexes. And if you stay with me to the end, I'll share a little-known adjustment that helped a 64-year-old patient regain consistent performance and total confidence in just 7 days. Asterisk, if you care about your power, your circulation, and your confidence, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell. This channel, Men's Health Revival, is your go-to for real men's health solutions that actually work. Asterisk, and before we dive in, tell me in the comments, are you ready to start over? Just type yes if you're in. If not, that's okay too. Type nitrogen monoxide. So I know what you're looking for. Busting the biggest myth about male vitality now. Let's cut the biggest myth about male vitality right away. Your masculinity hinges on healthy blood circulation. Every signal, every response, every surge of confidence starts with your blood vessels' ability to open up, circulate, and deliver nutrients. When that process weakens, your vitality suffers. Asterisk, the problem is that restricted blood flow is caused by something called endothelial dysfunction. This happens when the inner lining of your blood vessels stops functioning normally. Less nitric oxide is released, arteries get stiff, and blood can't move the way it used to. That's when the symptoms begin. Reduced drive, sluggish energy, and weaker reflexes. And the worst part is, most men are given pills that cover the symptoms instead of fixing the root cause. Asterisk, let me tell you about Joe, one of my long-term patients. He was 68. He came to me quietly, ashamed. His words were simple. I don't feel like me anymore. He felt distant from his wife. He missed the spark, the connection, the pride. He said he felt like his body was closing the door on him. But after just 3 weeks of targeted circulatory work, beginning with a specific morning routine, Joe came back with a fresh face. I feel present again, he told me. Alive, capable. Asterisk, it was then I knew he wasn't alone. Numerous studies show that morning activity boosts nitric oxide release, improves blood vessel function, and helps reverse endothelial dysfunction even in later years. And there's something even more critical to consider. Erectile dysfunction often shows up 3 to 5 years before heart disease. That's right. What's happening down there is actually a powerful signal of what's going on throughout your entire cardiovascular system. In fact, research shows that by age 60, blood vessel dilation can drop by more than 50%. A healthy man in his 20s has a 7 to 8% flow dilation. By 60, that's down to just 3 to 4%. That's not just a minor drop, it's a biological slowdown. Asterisk's desire alone will not restore function. You can have all the motivation in the world, but if your blood can't flow, nothing happens. Think of it like this. The firefighter can be ready to put out a fire. But if the hose is kinked or the water pressure is weak, it doesn't matter how willing or ready he is. He can't get the job done. That's why men who focus only on boosting libido often end up frustrated. The core problem is circulation. Asterisk, the good news is blood vessels can heal themselves. Endothelial cells, the ones responsible for releasing nitric oxide, respond quickly to the right stimulus, especially in the morning. Why in the morning? Because this is when your hormones are more active, your cortisol naturally rises, and your blood vessels are more responsive to stimulation. Research shows certain morning habits can increase nitric oxide levels by 21% in just a few weeks. That means better blood flow, better reflexes, and better sexual response naturally. Asterisk, nitric oxide is your body's master switch for circulation. It tells your arteries when to open and how much pressure to maintain. Without it, everything slows down, and by the time you're 70, your nitric oxide levels can be down by up to 75%. Asterisk, reigniting vitality with a 4-step morning routine, asterisk, but that decline can be reversed. In fact, studies confirm you can restore nitric oxide through a targeted mix of movement, breath, and natural compounds, all of which we'll cover in today's 4-step routine. Asterisk, before we dive into the exact steps, I want you to hear this loud and clear: real change begins with how you think. If you've accepted the idea that decline is inevitable, you've already surrendered. Asterisk, what you do in the morning either awakens your body's circulation or pushes it further into decline. For men over 60, this window is critical. But instead of activating their bodies, most men are making choices that cause damage even before the day starts. Asterisk, let me tell you a quick story. Dr. Michael Harrison, a respected internist with decades of practice, shared something that haunted me. For over 30 years, his mornings were identical. Roll out of bed, a quick cup of coffee, toast, a fast shower, and a rush to work. By the time he hit 62, he felt drained by noon. His clarity was slipping. His drive had dropped. He assumed it was just part of getting old. But after running a few labs and re-examining his own routine, the truth hit him. His morning habits had been working against him all along. He wasn't supporting his blood vessels. He wasn't helping his hormones. He was robbing himself of his own energy. The body is wired to respond powerfully in the morning hours. From 6 o'clock to 9 a.m., testosterone hits its daily peak. Cortisol naturally rises to regulate alertness and metabolism. Your blood vessels become more responsive to nitric oxide. In short, your body is ready to perform, but only if you give it the right input. Clinical studies show that the exact same routine performed in the morning can be up to 3 times more effective than when done later in the day. Morning health interventions work better because your body is primed to respond. Asterisk, but let's look at what a typical morning actually looks like for many men. Eyes open. First move, grab the phone. A screen full of news, stress, or messages immediately disrupts your cortisol rhythm. Then, a beeline to the kitchen. Coffee on an empty stomach. Maybe a sugary pastry. Maybe nothing at all. No water. Number. Real fuel. Then straight into a seat, at a desk, in a car, or on the couch. That chain reaction creates a silent disaster. Blood stays thick from overnight dehydration. Stress hormones spike from screen time and caffeine. Processed food, or no food at all, causes inflammation. And worst of all, you stay seated. Asterisk, what's happening beneath the surface? Your heart works harder to pump thicker blood. Your blood vessels constrict instead of relaxing. Your testosterone, which is meant to surge, is blocked by stress chemistry. Your nitric oxide, your most important circulatory tool, might not activate. All of this creates a hormonal and vascular breakdown that follows you through the rest of the day. It doesn't just affect your energy, it affects your manhood. Let me show you what happens when you change those habits the right way. Gordon, 66, worked as an accountant. His mornings were quiet, repetitive, and rushed. Cup of coffee, check emails. A quick breakfast, then straight to his desk. He told me he felt tired before lunch and disconnected from his partner at night. We kept it simple. He changed 4 things. Stepped outside for 10 minutes for morning sunlight. Did 5 minutes of slow, deep breathing. Stretched his legs and hips gently. And ate a protein-rich, not sugary, breakfast. Within 3 weeks, Gordon started waking up naturally. No alarm needed. His energy was stable. He reported stronger drive, more engagement in his relationship, and even a more stable mood. The numbers told an even bigger story. His testosterone went up 18%, and his inflammatory markers dropped by 30%. That's the power of small, targeted changes. You don't need a lifestyle overhaul. You don't need to spend an hour at the gym or meditating on a mountaintop. You just need to make the first 30 to 60 minutes after you wake up work for you. That window is your body's response time. And when you support it, the benefits compound daily. Your 4-step morning routine, up next. I'm going to walk you through the exact 4-step morning routine. It's simple, it's fast, and if you follow it consistently, most men notice a difference within the first 7 days. Each step is designed to build on the next, creating a compounding effect that jumpstarts your body's most powerful systems: testosterone, nitric oxide, and metabolic balance. Step 1. Morning sunlight exposure. Spend 10 to 15 minutes outside in the first hour you're awake. Ditch the sunglasses and avoid looking through a window. Direct exposure makes all the difference. Even on a cloudy day, outdoor light exceeds 10,000 lux versus just 300 indoors. Morning sunlight hits your brain's master clock, which sets your entire day's hormonal rhythm. Testosterone, cortisol, melatonin all get locked into sync. But even more, that natural light powerfully stimulates the release of nitric oxide from your skin and blood vessels, boosting circulation and blood flow throughout your body, including where it counts. One study showed men with consistent early sunlight exposure increased testosterone levels by up to 25% in just 2 weeks. If you want to double the benefit, combine it with a gentle walk or stretch. That movement signals to your system that it's time to wake up, circulate, and deliver oxygen-rich blood to the muscles and beyond. Step 2. Diaphragmatic breathing. Spend 5 minutes doing slow belly breathing at a rate of 5 per minute. This resets the nervous system. Lie down or sit comfortably. Inhale through your nose for 6 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat, you'll feel your belly rise, not your chest. That's how you know you're breathing from the diaphragm. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and restore mode. It calms the heart, lowers blood pressure, and reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that blocks testosterone production. Even more critically, it increases nitric oxide production in your nasal passages and lungs, helping to expand your blood vessels by up to 20% and improving oxygen delivery to your entire body. Step 3. A microset of compound strength exercises. This is not a full workout. It's a short, focused signal to your body and brain that strength still matters. You'll perform a set of compound movements. That means an exercise that uses multiple muscle groups at once, because that's what your testosterone responds to. Pick one of these: bodyweight squats, push-ups, or stair-step ups. Go slow and controlled. Do 8 to 12 repetitions. The goal is moderate effort, not fatigue. You should feel your muscles working, but still be able to walk away without a recovery period. If standard push-ups are hard, do them against a wall. If squats feel unstable, hold onto a chair. You are not chasing a pump. You're telling your body to maintain its strength, blood flow, and testosterone sensitivity. Just 2 to 3 minutes per day will activate a measurable surge in testosterone. Studies show up to 20%, and it makes the next step even more powerful. Asterisk Step 4. A targeted testosterone-boosting breakfast. Asterisk. Have your first meal of the day within 2 hours of waking. Your body needs raw materials. It needs protein and healthy fats to manufacture testosterone, and the right micronutrients to activate it. Here's a simple, effective example. 2 to 3 scrambled eggs, a handful of spinach sautéed in olive oil, half an avocado, and a side of berries. Blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. You're getting protein, good fats, and vitamins like zinc and magnesium, essential cofactors for testosterone production and healthy blood flow. If your morning sun exposure is limited or your vitamin D levels are low, supplement with D3 with your breakfast 800 to 2000 IU in men who are deficient. This step alone has been shown to boost testosterone by up to 25%. Your daily ROUTI Nellis put this all together into a clear, easy-to-follow morning routine that takes less than 30 minutes but sets the tone for your entire day. Each step is aimed at circulation, hormonal balance, and energy, all of which are directly tied to your performance and vitality as a man. Asterisk. Start at 6:30 a.m. Let your body rise without the shock of a screaming alarm. Keep the phone out of reach. This signals the brain to maintain a parasympathetic state of calm, alertness, and readiness to reset. Asterisk. By 6:35 a.m., begin sun exposure. Get direct sunlight in your eyes, not through a window. Take a short walk, even just around your driveway. This light exposure will reset your circadian rhythm, boost dopamine and testosterone, and help regulate your sleep-wake cycle. Asterisk. At 6:45 a.m., sit or lie down. Inhale slowly for 6 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds, then exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat this 5 times a minute for just 5 minutes. Your blood vessels open, your cortisol drops, and nitric oxide boosts blood flow by up to 20% through your entire body. Asterisk. At 6:50 a.m., move into 2 to 3 minutes of strength work. Choose one move: push-ups, bodyweight squats, or step-ups. Do 8 to 12 repetitions with good control. If your knees or wrists are sensitive, modify it with wall push-ups or chair squats. This isn't about sweating, it's about signaling to your body to produce testosterone and use it where it's needed. Asterisk. At 6:55 a.m., fuel your hormones. 2 or 3 eggs, sautéed spinach, a few slices of avocado, and a handful of berries. Keep it simple and clean. Add nuts or olive oil if you need more calories. This meal fuels your hormones, not your waistline. Consider adding 800 to 2000 IU of vitamin D3 with the meal if you're not getting regular sun. Asterisk. By 7:30 a.m., your brain is alert. Your body is ready. Your system is running on natural fuel and ready to start the day. Asterisk. That's it. No gimmicks, just real physiological restoration. Asterisk. James, 63, a retired contractor, said his spark was fading. He had no drive, constant brain fog, and a relationship that had fallen into silent distance. After 6 weeks of this morning routine, James didn't just feel better. He was energetic again in the afternoons. He started tackling home projects. He said his drive was back not just in his body, but in his relationship too. He told me, "I feel 10 years younger, but more importantly, I feel like myself again." It wasn't a supplement. It wasn't a new medication. It was consistency. Asterisk. Let's be clear. This is not a hack. It's a recalibration. When your blood vessels open up, energy improves. You move more. You eat better. You sleep deeper. Your body starts to trust itself again. That creates a feedback loop. More blood flow, more drive, more natural testosterone. Research shows that within 12 weeks, key biomarkers like free testosterone, Morning energy levels and insulin sensitivity can match what's seen in men 10 to 15 years younger. The key is consistency. Retrain your biology to stop working against you. The truth is, change begins quietly. Not with fireworks, but with your body responding to the signals it has been craving for years. Asterisk a little more bounce in your step. A deeper, uninterrupted sleep. A clearer sense of drive when you wake up. That's progress. Asterisk every morning you commit to this routine, you are doing something powerful. You're not relying on a pill or a short-term trick. You're sending a clear message to your nervous system, your blood vessels, and your hormones. You still matter. You are still here, and your body is listening. Asterisk, this is not a shortcut, but a recalibration. Just by adjusting the signals you send in the first 30 minutes of your day, you restore balance. Blood flow improves. Testosterone starts to climb. Mental clarity returns. Energy builds naturally. And with that comes something even more important than performance. Confidence. It comes back slowly. But when it does, it changes the way you walk into a room, the way you talk to a partner, how you see yourself. You feel reconnected. Asterisk, let's be clear. This is about regaining control, not chasing youth. True restoration comes from sending the right signals again and again until your body starts to get it and starts to thrive. You've seen the steps. They're simple, they're real. And they don't work overnight, but in a rhythm of small, undeniable wins over weeks. Forget perfection, miss a minute. That's fine. Consistency always beats intensity. Get it right 80% of the time and your body will respond 100%. And remember this, the best years of your life don't have to be behind you. They can begin the moment you decide to take your mornings back. Asterisk, now it's your turn. Try this 4-step routine. Stick with it. Support your body the way it was designed to be supported, and let your power return day by day. Asterisk, hit subscribe. The video tomorrow reveals the exact nitric oxide boosting breakfast my patients use to double their results. Tap the bell so you don't miss out. Now, let's make tomorrow your most powerful morning.